listeners.
Book babes and book bros.
Welcome to Book Babble. I'm Rachel,
And I'm Tonya, and we're the Witlet Women, your hosts for the day.
and today we have Larissa here in our hot seat for the rapid fire AMA. Would you like to do a quick intro for yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Larissa. I am an indie romance author. Tend to write dark emotional romance, um, quite literally the opposite of a rom-com. um, but yeah, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, we're so happy you're on. I first was introduced to Larissa from Without the Moon. That's one of my favorite books that she's written. So we will be talking about that quite a bit. Um, so Larissa, are you ready to babble?
I am the readiest.
All right, I'll put 5 minutes on the clock and we'll get started.
All right. So what inspired you to write your stories?
Well, originally it was my interest in ASL that started it. I started learning ASL during the pandemic, and through that, and reading, realized how much it's not really represented in books. I mean, it is, but just sparingly. Um, and so it just started kind of cooking my ideas. I was contemplating and all these ideas of going back to school for interpreting, just one of those big what am I doing with my life moments? Um, and in doing that, I started writing in her hands, and literally it's the quickest draft I've ever written. I finished the first draft of In Her Hands within a month. And yeah, just haven't turned back since. I used to be an actor. And I think there's something from the acting background and creating characters that once I started writing, I was like, oh, this, you know what I mean?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was only a month. Holy crap.
Yeah, that was insane. That's never happened again. It's crazy. Insane.
Um, so okay, so switching from In Our Hands to Without the Moon, one of the most popular questions that we've been asked to pick your brain about is who is Ellis's love interest?
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. It's so sneaky. It's so sneaky in Act One. It'll be one of those things that all of you guys are you afterward, because Ellis's love interest is in Act One. Um, Ellis's love interest is in Act One. And so his love interest is going to be a new character in the book that hasn't been introduced yet.
But he's in Act One?
Yes. The character himself is in Act One. So it's sneaky. It's not really anything other than the fact that this is a world we're building. So this person, Ellis's love interest, because Act One deals so heavily with the past and what Link and Paige have been through. There's not a whole lot of new in the sense of the three of their relationship, how that exists in present day in Act One, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So in Act Two, when we're settling more into these three characters in present day, how things have manifested, what's happened throughout the years, all that kind of stuff, things will happen. But
Okay,
yes, he
so
is
I have the
100%
book.
in Act One. And I think afterward, everybody's going to be
I have the book right here, and I'm going to reread it literally after this. Just so I can
I
figure it
know.
out.
I got so many. I did a weird hint online not that long ago about it. And people were flooding my inbox being where? Yeah.
Go through with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah. Yep.
So, kind of building on that then, do you have any secrets about your books or your writing journey? Because obviously you've got some secrets in the plot.
I guess there are pretty much Easter eggs in every single one of my books. Um, I lived in Chicago, which is where In Our Hands and Finding More take place. I also lived in LA, which is where Without the Moon takes place. And actually, Paige's apartment building is very much, it's 100% based off of my friend's apartment building in LA that I used to walk to every morning, and we'd have coffee and stuff like that. So there's always little nuggets of truth, like little nuggets of real life and in my books. Um, and LA, it tends to really manifest itself in the setting because I had very strong opinions of pretty much everywhere I lived. So Chicago, I loved. LA, I loved, but like you can see the opinion of like the traffic and like the parking and the things like it's a very real thing. So yeah, there's like little nuggets in everything.
Yeah, one of my favorite nuggets is your Buffy the Vampire Slayer references. So I want to know, who is your favorite Buffy protagonist and antagonist?
Oh, I mean, Buffy's
Oh,
Buffy Bless. So like Buffy for sure. And antagonist, like, am I a romance reader if it's not Spike?
Yes.
I
I
mean,
yes.
am I? Because he's just the most like antagonist. I mean, they got a little weird in the later seasons about conversation for a different day.
still works.
It does.
Totally.
Okay. So we're finished with the AMA session.
Mhm.
This is going to go live on Instagram, but for everyone who wants to continue listening, we will post the full episode on YouTube and Spotify.